Oh, I already hit play. I realized I was recording that entire time. Hey guys, it's Ash, and I just listened to the newest episode of The Make Believe Show. It is a podcast on the podcast app. You can probably find it on Spotify, whatever. Made by the creators of King Falls AM, which is one of my all-time favorite podcasts. I binge listened to the entire thing within the last week. It got me through the last few days of work at my last job. So I have a lot to thank. I have that podcast, good. They came out with a new podcast just last week on Tuesday. It comes out every single Tuesday, and it's called The Make Believe Show, where they just talk about certain topics. Their first one was what inspired you as a kid, and I hadn't listened to it yet when that one came out, so this is sort of starting on the second episode of that, and I don't know, depending on what they talk about, I might talk about other things having to do with what they talked about. I'm good at talking. So the topic for their second episode was, what is your biggest fear? And I just thought that that was a really cool topic that I kind of want to talk about. So I'm going to talk about it, and we'll see if I keep doing this for every single episode, because I probably won't, but like if I end up getting enough subscribers and I keep doing this, maybe other people will actually listen to it, and that would be awesome. That'd be really, really cool. So maybe that'll happen. I don't know. Yeah. So what is my biggest fear? Listening to the podcast, I really identified with a lot of the stuff that they were talking about. But the one that I identified most with would be Kyle's. I believe it was Kyle's. Pretty sure it was Kyle's. And that was failure. I think, I have a lot of fears. Like, I'm scared of what's in the dark. I'm scared of clowns. I'm scared of spiders. I'm scared of pretty much every single bug. I am scared of turning into like a hermit and never seeing anyone ever again. I'm scared of loneliness. I'm scared of a lot of things, but I think my biggest fear would have to be failure. I wrote a book, which is really, really cool. I am only done with the first draft, but I'm starting revisions this week, and I'm going to be sending out to publishers hopefully this year, possibly next year. I don't know for sure. And I truly am just scared of so kind of rejection and failure at the same time. So I'm really scared of being rejected by a publisher, by pretty much anyone. Because it's like, if they don't think that my work is good, then my work probably isn't good. And that's not true. And I've grown to realize that, but it's still like there in the back of my head that I'm like, if someone doesn't like this and I get rejected, then obviously that means that I didn't do a good job on it. Oh, Jeff, hide back there. So yeah, that's a huge part of rejection, or part of my fear, is like the fear of being rejected by my peers, and also, higher up people. Like, that's just something that I am genuinely afraid of. And then failure ties into that, because maybe I do get the book published, maybe all goes well, the people start to enjoy it, but then other people don't like it, and they don't want to publish any more of my books, and then I'm just like, one hit wonder, but not really, because nobody really, really liked it. And then there's also the fear that like my writing just isn't good enough, and I will never be a writer, and like I dropped out of college because it just wasn't for me, and all I wanted to do was be a writer and be an actor. And if I can't do either of those, then I'm a failure. Like, this is just what it is. I failed, and I can never go back to college because my grades were so bad, and I'm just gonna live at home for the rest of my life, and that sucks. I hate that. I don't want to live in North Dakota. I want to move to LA, but I can't move to LA if I am a failure. That was a lot. So let's dial it back for a second. They also talked about what you do to get over those fears. And I know a lot of these fears are stuff that like I won't have to deal with just yet because I haven't even sent my book out to beta readers yet. Like, it is literally in the baby stages. It has grown from a fetus into a child, into a baby. It's not even a toddler yet. So like, we don't got to deal with that stuff right now. But like that fear was holding me back for a very long time. I tried to write a bunch of books and I always just gave up on them because I'm like, I'm not good enough to do this. So what I do to like combat that feeling of just being not good enough is, I really like to just take a step back and look at all of these things and just ask myself, like, is it rational to be afraid of this? Usually my brain will be like, yes, of course it is, of course it is, of course it is. But like, I can like tone it down and just be like, but it's not. It is not rational to be scared of these things because these things cannot physically hurt you. They may be able to mentally hurt you for a time, but the amount of rejection letters like I want to put them up on my baby bulletin board. This is my murder board. That's what I call it. It is for my book. It's my thing. So I want to be able to put these rejection letters up on that board and then proceed to, like, once I get that acceptance letter, once I get that letter that's like, yes, we will publish your book. We just need to know what the plot is of the next 3 books in the series. I can put it up on that board. I can like blow it up, put it up on that board over all the rejection letters and be like, guess what? I did it. And even then, like, self-publishing is always an option. And people frown upon it, but it's actually an option. So don't knock it till you try it. I'll probably try it if I can't get this book published, but that's a big if. And that's another thing that I do. I like to look at this book, at this baby that I brought into this world, and think to myself, what do I think to myself? I literally just lost my train of thought. Whoa. Okay. I got it back. It's fine. It's here. That took me a minute. So I like to look at this baby that I brought into the world and just think to myself, you're gonna get published. And that sort of helps the fear, like curb the fear. Like, it's like, okay, so we probably won't. Oh no, I'm spiraling, it's happening. But then I'm like, but you will. And I just shove it out of the way. Like, you know how in movies they like burst through the doors and they're like, you can do it. That nobody ever does that in movies, but like, that's what my brain does. Like, I turn off that part that's like, no, it's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. And I just like, the other part of me shoves them out of the way and they're like, it will happen. You'll get published. You'll become a best-selling author. You'll be like J.K. Rowling, except that you will not mess with canon after the books are over. Do you hear me, J.K. Rowling? Do you hear me, J.K. Rowling? I swear, I will mess you up. Anyway, sorry, that was a whole other tangent. This is Red Bull. There's a lot going on right now, but that is another strategy that I use to combat these feelings of like this terror of failing, of being rejected, of being told I'm not good enough to do any of this stuff that I have set my heart and my mind to. I just push those thoughts out of the way and I tell myself, you are going to do it. And that really, really helps me. So, if you guys haven't done it already, definitely listen to the Make Believe show. Listen to King Falls AM because it is amazing. The Samiversary was so good. I am emotional. Tomorrow, which is probably when this video is going to come out, there is a new episode of King Falls AM coming out, so you could like get caught up and then listen to the newest episode and then wait until the 1st of the next month to listen to it again. Listen to it again. Listen to a new episode. They come out on the 1st and the 15th. The Make Believe show comes out on Tuesdays. And that's pretty much it, I guess. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Why don't you leave a comment down below telling me what you're afraid of and the methods that you can use to curb that fear, to just get it out of here. We don't need fears. Psh, out of the window. Subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you want to do. I don't control you, and that's okay. And I hope to see you guys in the next video, which will be Amityville Horror. That's awesome. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. Okay. See you guys in the next video. Bye.